Hello, my name is Carson McConville. This presentation is a guide to Japanese cultures and social norms. Because Japan is so different from the United States, it can be overwhelming to a Westerner. So this should give you some pointers on what to expect. So first, we'll start with appearance. When you go to Japan, you should have a very sharp appearance. Dress in a business suit, but keep it modest. You should wear a gray or a black business suit. Nothing flashy or gaudy, and jewelry is not to be worn over there. It's seen as tacky, and it's not to be worn. Let's move on to visiting. When you're visiting someone's home in Japan, it's customary to remove your shoes. This is done as a cultural superstition. It's seen as rude and impolite to wear your shoes inside someone's house, so you should remove them. They'll have a pair of slippers by the door that you wear while you're inside their house. While you're in their house, you shouldn't compliment them. That can cause them to be embarrassed, which is a big deal in Japan. You shouldn't cause somebody to become embarrassed. It's very rude. In order to show appreciation, instead of complimenting, you should give them a small gift, like food or drink, or even something like a hand towel. Because they live in small accommodations, they don't want big gifts, because it'll clutter up their houses. And we'll move on to being introduced to somebody new. When you're being introduced to somebody new, the person that's introducing you will tell you their name, and then you'll bow to them. So, say the person's older than you, you should do a deeper bow, because it shows more respect the deeper you bow. So, if it's just a young guy, just give him a little bow like that. If it's an elder or someone above you in rank, give them a deeper bow. After you're introduced, you add the suffix san or san to their name. It's kind of like calling someone sir or ma'am here. Sign of respect, and it's respectful to do. Speaking of respectful, you should be polite in Japan. They have some slightly different views on what's considered polite or not. So I'll kind of run those down. For one, you should be very quiet at all times. Japan is a culture of modesty and respect. So they value quietness and peace. So don't go there and be brash or loud. They don't appreciate it. You shouldn't make eye contact with elders, like old people, because it's considered rude, disrespectful to look them straight in the eye. So you should kind of skirt around eye contact. Here that would be extremely rude or kind of squirrely, not to look somebody in the eye. When you're eating, if someone gives you food, they eat ramen noodles there. So they'll give you the soup or the ramen noodles, and you should slurp it as loud as possible, because it's kind of like saying you enjoy the food if you're slurping it. Here that would be kind of disgusting to do, not recommended, but you should slurp the food. If someone hands you an object, or you're handing someone an object like a pen or some change, instead of handing it with one hand, you should hand it with two, like this. That's it's kind of like, to them, it's like saying you're paying attention if you hand it with two hands. And instead of pointing at someone, you should gently wave like this. Pointing is seen as a threat or an intimidation, which is the last thing you want to do, is intimidate someone you're meeting for business or visiting. And speaking of business, when you're conducting business in Japan, you should follow all those politeness rules. Don't look an elder in the eye. If someone's like a president or a vice president of a company, don't look them in the eye. Bow deep to them. And when you're being introduced, you should carry a business card with you. So in Japan, it's customary to give someone a business card as a, it's kind of like, almost like giving someone a mini resume, which isn't present here in America. We just tell someone what we do. But there, they'll give them a little card. It's got their contact information. So then, once you're in a business meeting or a negotiation, you should not use a hard sell method. You shouldn't come in there and tell them what's what. You should try a more quiet and reserved, kind of roundabout way of conducting business. Because, like I said earlier, they don't like brashness, they don't like people that are loud. It seems disrespectful. So, in conclusion, Japan, it's a unique country. It's a cool country. They got a lot of interesting cultural artifacts, but they're a little different from us, and these are things that you should know before going there. So hopefully this helped you.